So as of now, Decentral Games ICE Poker is officially the #1 play-to-earn game in monthly revenue. I think it surpassed nearly 20 million in the month of January. As you probably already know by now, it is one of my favourite play-to-earn games out there. I really like the team, I like the project, and one of the reasons for that is the changes and developments that do get brought out consistently. And there's a lot of new updates that I'm very excited about in the next week or so, so we're just going to quickly go over them, see how it's going to affect the ecosystem, affect the game. So the biggest piece of news and what no one's going to be complaining about is the proposal for the XD Airdrop, which actually passed on Friday. But yeah, everyone loves the airdrop, so I'm well happy about that. It's going to be based on a snapshot taken on February the 25th, and ICE wearable holders are going to receive 500 XDG per wearable. So if you hold 5 wearables, you're going to get 2,500 XDG. If you hold 1, you're going to get 500. I've got 3 wearables myself, so I'm going to get 1,500 XDG. So not only owners will receive this airdrop, but players will receive 50 XDG per delegation. So if you were playing on the 25th of February, you shall receive 50 XDG. Just for playing ICE Poker, it's not too bad. 500 XDG is currently worth about $170, so I'm going to receive about $500 worth of XDG in the airdrop. So I really can't complain of that, just for holding these wearables. So XDG is stake DG, and it's a governance coin essentially. So you do need to hold XDG to take part in the proposals, to vote on the proposals. If you hold over 100,000 XDG, I think you can actually propose new proposals. But this is essentially why they've made this airdrop, because it's going to put XDG into a lot more people's wallets. So it'll put it into the players, to the owners. So it's going to incentivize a lot more people to take part in the governance and take part in the new proposals. We're also going to add XDG staking requirement to give you access to premium ICE Poker guild tools, such as poker leads, player leaderboards with prizes. And it's going to be, I think, 1,000 XDG per wearable. So if you have 10 wearables, you're going to need 10,000 XDG staked. So it's quite a smart way, because the airdrop's essentially going to give you half of that requirement. But if you do want to access the premium guild tools, you are going to have to stake the other half that you don't currently have. So it's going to incentivize a lot more people to buy XDG and hold XDG. Some of the premium tools that there will be is name your guild and players. So this is just going to essentially give some customization. It also makes it a little bit easier to track and for management. These are just going to make it that little bit easier when you are managing your guild. There's also going to be guild leagues. So there's going to be 3 different leagues called the Friend League, the Ape League, and the Chad League. So this is going to be for 5,000 XDG, 10,000 XDG, and 25,000 XDG. I would say that larger guilds will be slightly favoured, however not to the point that it's going to make it impossible for smaller guilds to compete. And it's just a fun competitive side to have leagues to see where you rank within the league. It adds that little bit of competitive fun to it, so yeah, I'm not complaining. So one tool that I think is going to be very useful is the player lookup tool. So it's going to be accessible to premium ICE Poker guild owners only, and it's going to give you the chance to enter a address, and then you can essentially see all the historical data of that player. So how many challenges do they usually complete, the average multiplier that they'll get. So it's going to give you the opportunity to look into that player a bit more and see the historical data. Because you get lots of people in the Discord saying, oh, I can guarantee 2x, I can guarantee 1.5x. And then you give them a chance and they're getting 0.05x all the time. They're terrible. So it gives you a chance to actually see if what they're saying is true. And overall, it just lets you see more detailed statistics on players. There's nothing wrong with more information about players. So I think that tool is going to be a very useful one. We're also adding a tool that's going to allow you to add a manager for your guild. I'm not actually sure when this is coming out. But this is going to give the opportunity for someone else to do the delegations for you, to look for new players, to check in on the players' statistics, so they're doing good daily. And it makes it more of a passive income stream, because at this moment in time, there still is a bit of work that you have to put in. You have to check in on the players daily. You have to look for new players, which is a right pain in the arse at the moment, because there's lots of people that are cheating the system, that are terrible at poker. So it is difficult to keep up and find a good player. Luckily, I've got some decent players playing for me, but I think it is difficult to find, especially when you have a big guild and you have 100 players. To find 100 consistent good players, it's a lot of work. This is going to make it even more of a passive income stream, because you're going to have to do nothing. You can just add a manager to your guild, you can add your players, and you just sit back and let the money roll in. So the last part of this is just talking about ICE Poker Mobile and the DG website optimization. So they are planning on developing like a lightweight mobile version of ICE Poker. I think this is going to give them the chance to exponentially scale to a lot wider audience, because a lot more people prefer playing on mobile. Gives you the chance playing when you're on the way to work, when you're commuting, and it just gives that great accessibility to ICE Poker. So I'm not actually sure about the specific details of how that's going to work, but it says they're excited to start testing it within the community next month. So I'll keep you updated on how they will implement that, how they're going to scale that out, and we'll see. I'm interested to see how it does work, because I think they're going to need different NFTs, probably ICE Poker NFTs for it and stuff as well. So I'm not sure how the whole thing's going to work, but they are saying they're going to test it next month. So the last thing I want to cover is probably the thing that's holding Ice Poker back the most. If you've been involved in Decentral Games and Ice Poker, you'll already know what I'm talking about. This is to do with players exploiting the system and cheating the system essentially, which is affecting legit players and legit owners like myself, because what they'll do is they'll have 6 accounts on the same table, they'll just check it down so they complete all the challenges, they'll move the chips around to different accounts, so they're essentially like ice farming, so they're getting loads of ice on the same account just by checking it down, and then they'll move that ice out of the ecosystem into Ethereum or a different cryptocurrency every day, and it's bringing the ice price down. There's lots of people that exploit this. You see so many check tables. You'll go to the less populated servers, you'll see loads of them, and they'll just move. When you join the table, they'll move to another table. There's not really much that can be done about it. It's been going on since like November, and I think it's one of the main issues Decentral Games is struggling with. We've also been trying to crack down by banning these accounts, but what happens is they don't actually ban the wearable, because I don't think they can ban the wearable. They just ban that player from playing within the Ice Poker casino. So then the player that gets banned, they will just move that wearable to a new wallet, or they'll move it over to a new wallet, and it starts the next day. It happens all over again. There's also a problem with like delegations, because a lot of people are asking for delegations just so then they can use that account to farm ice and give it to their other account. So people are finding it difficult to find good players because a lot of people are exploiting the system. This has also affected me personally, because I used to play 2, sometimes 3 accounts, because I've got 3 ice wearables, so sometimes I'll play 3 different accounts on the same day. But DG have actually updated the terms and services to say you can only play 1 account per 24 hours. With like their attempt trying to stop people doing this ice farming and the cheating and exploiting. So one thing they've talked about for a while, and apparently it's been in development for about 6 to 7 weeks, and they've been saying it's coming soon for weeks, is assigned seating. So that is essentially their fix to this exploiting of the system, because they're going to give you assigned seats where you won't be able to go to the same table and check it down. They're also going to do IP checks, so if you're on the same IP, they will ban you from playing on the same table. And I do think that's going to be the fix to it, because it is about the fact that they're going to the same table, they're just checking it down, they're moving chips between accounts, where they won't be able to do this if this is brought in and if it's implemented well. There's got some screenshots of how it's going to work, so I haven't seen these before, so we'll just have a look. So we have heavily tested the initial implementation of assigned seating. Apparently the experience starts with find me a table, so you will just go on, you'll click find me a table, then the logic assigns a player to a table. So it's going to give you an assigned table and an assigned seat. So that stops you from cheating essentially. You can't go to the same table and move your chips and cheat, do all this thing. I'm not a cheater, so I don't know how they do it, but they just check it down and send chips to each other. Apparently finally a green indicator highlights the assigned table where the player can join. So yeah, I really think this is going to fix a lot of the problems, and it's one of the things the DG community and also in the Discord, everyone is waiting for this so much. It really is going to fix these exploiters, because there's so many of them. I can't wait. I really can't wait for this assigned seating to come out. They've also got a few more updates, like quarter pop button, some advertisements, adding advertisements into the venues, which I talked about before, which will help them to create another way to burn ice, because they're going to get people to pay in ice and then they will burn the ice that they get from the advertisements. So it's a nice little way. Some DG website updates, some new dashboards. We're also adding a cooldown period, which I think will help a little bit. So we're implementing a cooldown period to require players to wait an increasing amount of time if they get up and leave from their assigned table before they may join a new one. It's also quite annoying for people that maybe they get kicked out of the table. You're going to have to wait. I think it's probably going to be about 5 minutes, but it's going to help get rid of those cheaters. So yeah, guys, I think I've covered everything that I did want to cover. Please let us know your thoughts, and are you bullish about Decentral Games? What do you think the most important thing is going to be in moving this forward? For me, it's going to be bringing it to mobile, scaling it to mobile. How are they going to implement that? Also, like I said, assigned seating, they need to get that out as soon as possible to help the ecosystem and build ice. But if you do want to see more updates like this and just talking about the updates of Ice Poker, please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.